How's everyone doing? Happy Halloween. Welcome to Tales from Rukon. We are playing a very special Halloween game. Oh shoot, Wes is still named Forrest.
Yeah.
Knew I'd missed something.
This is like the third time this has happened. Every game we've played, I think I've been Forrest. I am Forrest now.
You're really one with the character. Okay. Without further ado, let's begin. You are the crew of the Babylon, a long-haul courier ship that specializes in transporting cargo to and from remote edges of the astral plane. You are a spelljammer ship, like many others in the distant future of Rukon, where astral travel has become relatively commonplace, and large intergalactic, think Star Wars era, cities spanning entire quadrants of the galaxy have been built up over time, over millennia. As the crew of the Babylon, you have been called to a far sector of the galaxy, one you haven't particularly explored before. You've been a lot of places. You've all been on the ship at least a couple years. How long have each of you been with the crew?
4 years, one for each arm.
I've actually lived on this ship my whole life.
Whoa. How old are you?
In like space time?
In let's say common time.
Oh, in the common time, I would be approximately 47 years old.
Okay. Wow, nice. Cool. So you've actually seen the changeover to the new captain. Her name is Harley Woodleaf. You saw the changeover to Captain Woodleaf's tenure a few years ago. While it was quite an adjustment at first because the previous captain had been there literally your entire life, Harley quickly won you over, and you've become relatively close. Jackal.
I think I've been here maybe 6 or 7 years now.
Sounds good. You have been called to the estate of the reclusive Dr. Carpenter, who is a collector of odd items and strange artifacts from around the plane. You've been called here to transport some of his belongings into long-term storage back at the main quadrant of Neverwinter, which has expanded now to occupy a small section of the astral plane far beyond. We don't call it Neverwinter. Shoot, what do we call it? In Rukon, what do we call Neverwinter?
What is Neverwinter?
What's the big city?
Oh, Zereth?
Zereth, there we go. Dr. Carpenter's assistant has contracted you to transport these goods to a storage facility in Zereth. It's taken a few weeks of travel to get out there, but you've finally arrived. He is old and frail and does not really see people, again, very reclusive. But his assistant, Woodbury, comes out to meet you at the gates as you walk down the loading dock and are greeted at his palatial, old mansion on this edge of a cliffside on the planet you've landed on. And Woodbury greets you. Hello. You would be the Babylon, the couriers we ordered? And he is addressing a stout man with blonde hair kind of cropped over one side. That would be Jackal. Jackal, why don't you introduce yourself and describe your character?
I am a pretty tall, about 6'3", orange draconian man with buzz sides of my head, kind of fluffed up middle hair, big thick beard, semi-traditional draconian armor, but that's mixed in with some tech. I have a large maul strapped to my back, and have a bit of a half old, half new vibe, a bit imposing of a figure.
What's your role on the ship?
We'll say I am on weapons maintenance.
Okay, very good. Standing next to Jackal is a Gith wearing a lab coat and a huge pair of goggles named Bloomrig Syringus.
That's Blomrig Syringus. Thank you very much.
Blomrig, what is your role on the ship?
I am and have been the medic for quite some time. Part of what you see are these very large metallic legs that are very obviously adamanthrillium prosthetic legs. You know, I'm just kind of here. And next to me is a small rolling ball that is made of a white metal with a big red cross on its that seems to be its eye, and underneath it you see the letters 8BLMD.
I love it.
Very good. Very good.
That would be the latest model in the very popular line of medical equipment of 8-ball, as they're affectionately called, kind of autonomous medical devices, as well as an insectoid being bringing up the rear. Introduce yourself, Kritak.
Coming in at 8 feet tall, 4 arms, and halfway between a praying mantis and an ant is the chief of security, Kritak.
Oh boy.
And here I thought I was going to be the big one here.
Nope.
Shit.
Nope, I'm just going by the rules.
I would say I'm probably about 6.5 feet tall, and I'll be large.
Oh shit, I'm the tiny guy here. Never mind.
Yeah,
I'm
your
a giant. I'm a
maintenance.
giant hippo person.
Oh, I didn't know.
And
That's
Jacqueline,
what I
you're
get.
maintenance, so you gotta be able to crawl into tight spaces. And makes
Weapon
sense.
maintenance.
So you three are joined by Gavin Ashglade, the head of the storage facility on board, making sure everything is climate controlled and safe for whatever precious cargo you're transporting. And he is there to help the three of you receive this cargo. You all kind of rotate the duties of picking up the stuff on shore, as it were, as this is pretty much a very common duty that you all just kind of share and rotate around. Woodbury is talking to you as some assistants load in the cargo. He's like, yes, Mr. Carpenter, Dr. Carpenter was very adamant that your company be the ones to transport this. We actually hired an additional cargo ship from your company. What is your the shipping company that you work for? What is it called?
Phantom Flights.
There you go.
And our logo is like a P inside of a white design. That has like 3 little.
Very good. Very good.
Gotta catch them all.
And
Which I also realized today, dressing up as Danny Phantom for Halloween, that his tagline is the exact same as Pokemon.
Wouldn't
Gotta
know.
catch them all?
Yeah.
Because he's Danny Phantom. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Yeah, I've only seen Pokemon.
Gonna catch them all because he's Danny Phantom. Gonna catch
Yeah.
them all because he's Danny Phantom.
I'll take your word for it.
Yo, Danny Phantom, he was just 14. I'm sorry, I've covered this.
You gotta check out the longest solo on ever on YouTube if you want to. See that. Give that a look.
We actually hired another ship from Phantom Flights, but they were very unprofessional about their work, and in fact turned down the job. So we had to call and ask for a.
Was that Rolf's ship?
I'm sorry, what was the name?
Rolf.
I think it may have been. Why? Have you had trouble with him in the past?
Oh, you know, they're just one of those ships where everything goes wrong.
I see. Yeah, I think they might be one of those ships. Yes. So I think that's about everything. Shall we exchange payment information, and then you'll receive your credits on word that the arrival has been completed.
He has the paperwork.
And I point at the
Gavin.
Gavin.
Gavin is an older male human with short brown hair, wavy. The description the NPC generator that Manny used gave me says very veiny.
Okay.
Not sure what parts of him are veiny, but certainly some of him. By the way, a lot of tonight's content was created by our own Manasees, who's in the chat right now, helping me out with the NPCs and a lot of the overall structure of the night.
Thank you, man.
Although, Manny, I did change some stuff. Don't be surprised. or be surprised, I guess, if that's the point. And it is this point that you begin to pack up the ship.
I would like to go over to the guy who we're getting the shipment from.
Woodbury?
Here's a couple more papers you need to sign.
And I hand over like a data pad.
These are in case of any accidents. You know, we're gonna hold you responsible, so it's kind of company policy.
Oh yes, of course. I do understand. Yes. Let's see. I sign here, I initial here, and is this both? I do both on this one. That's all.
Yeah.
Okay.
And wait,
And,
and date right there of this
date?
colony. This colony
this
date,
colony,
and then
not the- not the
Rukon, and then
common star date,
No,
just
that's on
this?
the next. That's on the next
one.
page.
Okay. I
Yeah.
always have to convert
Yeah.
and carry the two. Yes. Okay. Good. And one thing you don't want to forget, and then he falls to the ground. Blood shatters from his skull as he has been shot. Someone comes screaming in the distance. You recognize it. It's Rolf. Could you describe Rolf for me?
Rolf is a gnome man that is built like a fucking Tonka truck, like just absolutely ripped, with a beard that reaches the floor, but then but it's just like he can run, and it just like goes between his legs, and he's like bald, and he has a metal arm. From here on, and it's just like skeletal, and made of like a bronze kind of material mixed in with like some kind of titanium wiring.
I think we know who Wes is playing in a future 7K game.
Right? 100%.
Oh, when the guy gets shot, I say,
Yeah, I knew that might happen, but we're not responsible. He's fine.
Ralph is sprinting towards you.
Hey, Rolf.
You get out hay before he fires off a shot in your direction.
Oh, you
And,
shouldn't have done that.
And he is going to attack all of you and try to make his way into the ship. Let's roll initiative.
oh, I don't have dice.
Oh no!
Here,
I'll
here,
just-
take mine. Take mine.
there we go.
Oh.
13.
Shit. Yellow number on a yellow dice. It's 15.
No joke, Rolf rolled the natural 20. Rolf is going to take a shot straight at Kritak first.
All right.
And that is a 9 to hit. Does
Yeah,
that hit?
Gonna hit. No.
Okay. Next up is Jaydee. Next up is Bloomrig.
Bloomrig's leg opens up, and I pull out an antimatter rifle out of my leg, and it's kind of like it breaks like right where my knee is, and I just in one swoop I just go like I Terminator it into like place, and I say,
All right, I guess you want this, Rolf.
and I take a shot off with my antimatter rifle at him, and that's gonna be 10 to hit.
That does not hit.
I take a shot at him, but he's kind of running.
Yeah, he's sprinting. He's still pretty far off.
Yeah.
Which is why he totally whiffed the shot at Kritak too. He got lucky on Woodbury.
For my bonus action, I would like to. Oh yeah, I can do spiritual weapon as a bonus action.
Sweet.
So I'm going to. As my leg is opening up, 8-ball MD, like legs spring out from underneath him.
The MD stands for murder.
2 little legs pop out and an arm, and then from the same kind of leg, a mini anti-rifle comes out, and so he's gonna take a shot, and that's gonna be an 18 to hit.
That hits.
All right, and it's gonna do 4 points of damage.
Okay, 4 points. Yeah,
Yeah.
He takes the shot and he staggers a little, and he's continuing on. Jackal, you're up.
So I'm sorry. How far is he from us?
He's still a good, I'd say, 200 feet off in the distance.
All right.
Coming across a snowy field. You're on an ice planet,
Mm-hmm.
so he's just sprinting across a snowy field. He doesn't even have like snow equipment on. He just has goggles to keep his eyes from freezing, but the rest of him is just like crew t-shirt. It's the uniform of the Phantom Flights. I just got the Phantom joke with the logo. God damn it.
Yeah.
Dane, stand up a little bit. There you go.
I'm Danny
It
Phantom.
looks like a spaceship,
It's very good.
and it's a
very
D
good.
and a P.
It's very
Yeah. I definitely have like cold gear on because I'm not really meant for the cold. But I'm not gonna let that bother me at all. I'm gonna whip out my maul, which as it like ends in my hands, it gets like these volcanic cracks that are like carved into the ends of it just glow for a moment with heat. As I go, it's fucking rude to shoot customers, and then start charging towards him. And I'm gonna dash towards him, get 60 feet closer.
Sweet. Kritak, you're up.
So does it look like he's coming towards the ship to try and get in the ship, or just
Yes,
to try and...
absolutely.
He wants to get in the ship with us?
Yes.
Okay. In that case, I will change color to match the background, because I can do that. Chameleon carapace. And I will go and stealth my way right to the entry point of our ship, ready to intercept him.
Wes is playing a stealth character? Who called it?
I mean, Shadow Monk. What are you gonna do?
Rolf is, he was just sprinting that whole time. He's now about 80 feet away from the ship. So Jackal, you're within like 20 feet of him now.
Okay.
You see him, like pull the pin out of a grenade with his mouth. He pulls it, and he gets ready to just chuck it at the ship. And he takes a throw. It is gonna land about.
Can I try to catch it?
By all means, of course you can.
All right. What am I rolling to catch it?
Let's say a dex save.
Okay. Shit, I'm not that good at those. Oh my god, dirty 20.
There it is.
Yeah.
You catch the grenade. What do you do with it?
No, I just land, hold it, and smile at him.
You do realize this is a live grenade with the pin pulled.
And I am immune to fire and resistant to force damage.
Oh, yeah. That'll do
Okay.
it. This is a
Yeah.
fire grenade.
Yeah.
I am literally... Orange Draconians are literally explosion Draconians.
Explosion Draconian!
Essentially, yeah, that's
I
like...
could make a reference, but
You're
that'll
a
be
boom
lost
dragon.
on
I
all
love
of
it.
y'all.
I am a boom dragon.
You take 6 fire damage and 3 force damage after accounting for your resistances. That's 9 damage total.
I take no fire damage. I take the 3 force damage.
No fire damage?
I am immune to fire and resistant to
Immune
force.
to fire?
Oh,
Immune to fire.
This has some implications that I like.
I'm vulnerable to cold. Cold damage will fuck me up, but a grenade is literally like the one thing I am completely built to tank.
Great. Okay. Oh, no.
Absolutely
Okay.
beautiful.
Oh, it explodes in my hand, and I don't even flinch, and I just go, got another?
That's his turn. Back around to Bloomrig.
As I watch him catch the grenade and explode, I just look at Rolf and be like, Rolf, it's okay that our ship is bigger. And then I take like, but that wasn't very nice. And I take another shot at him with my Actually, I'm not gonna. Instead, I'm going to pull a lever on my antimatter rifle, and I'm gonna do like a heavy shot, and it is the attack. It's like instead of it being like a single shot, it's kind of like a powered shot, and
Okay.
he has to do a con saving throw.
Fails it. He gets a 3.
Yeah. So
What happens to him now?
he's going to take 2d6 9 points of radiant damage from the radiant shot, the word of radiance shot I took at him.
Okay. That's 9 points plus the 4 damage someone did to him last turn, right?
That was me, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. You have killed this man.
Oh, okay.
He did.
He did.
So, hey, come on, 8B. And I walk over to Rolf's dead body, and I say to 8B, "Hey, 8B, can you lock into his memory cortex for me really quickly?" And he rolls over, and a little needle comes out from where one of his arms is, and just like pierces right into his head, and which is the spell Speak with Dead.
Okay.
And
that's so good. Okay.
yeah.
I will say, you brained him with that last shot.
Okay.
So there's not a lot up there.
Okay.
But
So
what
like
you
the
can
shot I
actually-
took, it just like blasted the front of his face off.
Oh
And I'm
yeah,
just,
yeah.
like,
Prefrontal
looking at-
cortex.
Yeah.
Dunzo.
It's just
Um,
easier to access his memories that
Yeah,
way.
there's just a port right in front.
Yeah.
It's
Paintball
USB-C.
just kind of like shimmies over, looks at you like, huh? And then awkwardly inserts the needle right in the front
Yeah.
while maintaining eye contact with you. Yeah. You
It can.
do you have like a cybernetic uplink to 8-Ball that you can see the memories through?
Yeah, it's in my lights. It's in my
Sweet.
glasses. You can ask the corpse up to 5 questions, and the corpse knows only what it knew in life, including the languages it knew. Answers are usually brief, cryptic, or repetitive, and the corpse is under no compulsion to offer a truthful answer if you are hostile to it or recognizes you as an enemy.
I'm gonna say because he got kind of rearranged up here. You get 2 questions,
Okay.
and they're gonna be messy. Go for it.
Okay.
Hey, Rolf, why were you doing that, buddy?
Stop it.
Well, you don't want me to ask any more questions? Fuck!
The response you get is no. That's good. That's very
I like
good.
that was a choice. That was good.
I look at the answers and then I just kind of repeat them in my glasses for a second, just kind of like touching my glasses. And then I say,
This worries me, but they already signed the paperwork, so we still need to do it. But I'm not happy about this right now. You know, paperwork's paperwork, and I'll be dead before I don't do my job and paperwork, you know?
It is true. If we don't do it, then I don't get paid for the week.
Yeah.
Gavin shouts and says, "Yeah, we all know how it works. Come on."
Okay.
All the cargo has been loaded onto the ship, and Gavin goes inside to begin cataloging and double checking the manifest of what's on board.
as we're leaving, I pick up Rolf's body to take it with me.
Okay.
Taxidermy again?
No, though this is my friend. He deserves a space funeral, even if he was being a little crazy at the end. You know, it's the space madness, is what I tell you all the time, guys. Be careful, eat your nutrients, because the space madness will happen.
You are back on board the ship, back with your crewmates, and the first room you pass by on your way back into the loading dock is, in fact, the storage facility. Gavin Ashglade, the head of the storage facility, is diligently cataloging everything loaded on board. You see him moving through the items, including countless jewels, a large chunk of diamonds and beautiful necklaces, a small greenish sculpture of a woman's head wearing a crown, a small library of books that seem to be just of all disciplines, all histories, all cultures. Every corner of the astral plane seems to be represented, even just within this library. There's a small red and white model of a vehicle, like an old car. There's a large plant, and there's a white mask on a stand. Yeah, I see some weird shit in this business. Diligently writing on the notepad.
Let me know if anything seems suspicious.
It's definitely not my job to even think about the word suspicious. you know damn well that's why they hire us.
Good point.
I'm going to just kind of post up at the door and keep an eye out for now.
I'm gonna be headed towards the medical bay, I suppose. In the medical bay, I want to start wrapping up Rolf's body. Also, as I'm wrapping up his body, I say,
Huh, we left that other guy out in the snow, I guess.
You did. You all stepped right over his body.
yeah.
That's
good.
the
That's very
game.
good.
So yeah, I'm gonna be wrapping up. I want to take can I take a short break, like a short rest, and start wrapping up his
Yeah,
body? Do we have
absolutely. You're heading back out, and the crew is readying the ship for launch, which means, I believe, Kritak, you said engines, right?
No, I'm security.
Your security, right? Jackal, are you weapons or engines?
I'm weapons.
Your weapons. Okay. Then in that case,
For my short rest, I have like a tube that I lay in. That's like against the wall. That's like jumbo size for me to fit in, and I put 8-ball MD on a loading dock that kind of just floats, and like you see like little bits of electricity going into it as he's charging.
love it. You pass by the engine room, and you see Erdl Frostmail, who is the dwarven engine technician woman. She is doing the last checks of all the engines aboard the Spelljammer. Deep in the future, Spelljammers have become advanced enough to approach, kind of near light speed travel by enhancing the innate abilities of the Spelljammer, which would traditionally just be a single person powering the ship. The ship still requires a Spelljammer aboard, who is usually one of the captain's right-hand people, and they're in charge of actually attuning to the ship's engines through the Spelljammer chair. What's it called? I forget what it's called. It's like a special chair aboard the Spelljammer that you.
It's like a Matrix chair where they.
Matrix chair. You jack in and then you know.
Jack in, jack off. Yeah.
Dirty job. Someone's got to do it.
Thank
Off
you for
isn't even
saying
the
it when it was-
opposite of
it was-
in.
It was in. Okay. Erdl is powering up the engines, and you hear the words of Captain Harley Woodleaf over the ship's intercom. Launching in 5.
I guess I'll give some last-minute checks to make sure all systems are good to go and there's no, mechanical failures with the cannons or anything like that.
Yeah, sounds good. And Kritak, anything you want to do before we launch?
Cargo looks secure.
Yes.
And
all the personnel
what's
who had loaded in,
Yeah.
everything left before Woodbury was shot. It was a good 10 minutes of filling out paperwork.
Yeah,
with
sounds about
Woodbury
right.
before the assault
And
happened.
let's say Gavin is no longer here as well.
Gavin is still in the storage facility. He's no longer in the loading dock.
Okay.
So he's a few doors down in another wing of the ship.
Okay. All right. I will head on up to the bridge and get the weapons console. Or not weapons, security station, whatever. I don't want to.
Yeah, I'd say
yeah.
weapons console.
Yeah, weapons
Yeah, so you're
security.
greeted by Harley
like that.
Woodleaf.
Captain.
I saw some commotion down there. What was that all about, Kritak?
Ruff is no longer with us.
He's no longer. He wasn't with us before. What do you mean?
Well, he's now very departed.
Oh,
Like
why-
his head is departed from his
Okay.
body.
Yep. I picking up what you're putting down there, buddy. How did this come to be?
He shot our contact
He shot Rolf.
and then shot us.
Rolf, the one who's always the water boy at the company rugby games. That Rolf.
Yes, that Ruff.
I like the image though. That's a funny image. I figured
because he's
the
Jack.
Rolf is also a gift.
No, he's a gnome
Oh, he's
with a
gnome, I'm
long
sorry.
beard
Right,
down to the
yeah.
floor.
Yes,
that makes it
you're
even
right.
better. Him running around
Yeah,
with
there you
like
go, there you
a
go.
with
giant thing of
like
Gatorade.
Love it.
yeah.
Love it.
But he's built like a tank, so
Yeah.
he's just holding it over his head.
Absolutely.
He's
No
got
problem.
he's got
of
one
each.
tank on one arm, another tank on the other.
There you go.
Yeah, perfect.
I see. That's some unpleasant business. Now we're ready for launch. Headed back for the Zeroth quadrant.
Cargo is secure.
See, I trust Gavin has seen to that.
Yes.
You are also on the bridge is the Spelljammer Grill, who is a Kenku woman. Very sprightly and cheery, but when she's spelljamming, is that the word? Is it a verb?
It is now.
It is now. When
It's
she's
spell
spelljamming,
jam.
she's gets spelljammed.
Bitch, it might be.
My favorite part was when Spelljammer said it's spelljamming time. Spelljammed all over the place. Spelljammer helm. Thank you, Manny. That's the word. When she's in the Spelljammer helm, and jacked in, as it were. She's her focus is very much tied to the ship, and so she's not 100% alert. But upon seeing you come back into the ship, you see her give you like a happy wave, as much as she can manage when she's tethered in. And the ship launches with a lurch you've come to be familiar with, just this kind of sudden jerk, taking you off the ground and straight into the stars. Well, it's been a long day. I don't see it being much of an eventful ride. We're out in remote territory here. Why don't we take the rest of the day off and regroup tomorrow?
Sounds good to me.
And yeah, it has been a long day. You've been up probably 20 hours at this point, negotiating the landing and getting everything set up and discussed with the now departed Woodbury. You each head to your quarters. Are any of you roommates with each other?
They were roommates.
Sorry.
I don't think you would be. I think it's a large enough ship.
Yeah.
That
I would say that my med bay has, the tube for resting in there. So
Sure. So you sleep in the med bay.
yeah. That's my room.
Cool.
Like an
then you
office
each-
within the med bay.
You each head to your own quarters. Does anybody have anything they want to do before the end of the night?
I am going to finish wrapping up Rolf's body. I just I put him in like a little space coffin. I take him over to the eject port where the cargo hold,
Mhm.
and I would say that I would have called the captain to come over with me to do the
The rites?
to do it the rites.
I'd like to be there as well.
I
Good
guess I would
night.
come to that.
Yeah,
Good night, sweet prince.
and just like you just hear, and the whole body just gets ripped out into space. And hold on, can someone roll a d20 for me?
Yes, absolutely. 12.
I didn't tighten the lugs on it. And
No.
his body comes out, out of the coffin after it get ripped out into space.
Yeah. So the escape pod shoots out into space with that just kind of like weirdly wet that you did, and you see it kind of crest over the edge of the ship out there, but then after that you notice, yeah, there's no one in that pod. And then you see Ralph just kind of tumbling along out of space, just T-posing.
Yes. Just like in Star Citizen, NPCs T-posing.
Oh no.
Well, I'm gonna go back to bed now.
Yeah, let's that was lovely.
One
and-
time a guy's head got totally ripped right off his body. I was like 12 when that happened. All right, good night.
And I go back to my bed.
What classes are each of you?
Monk.
Paladin.
Cleric.
Yeah, DM me, a roll of your main spellcasting modifier or equivalent for martial categories. Okay. I'm going to now DM you back a short message. It is now morning. You each awaken in your bedrooms. What's your morning routine look like?
Do bugs even sleep? No, I'm going to say that I do not
question.
sleep.
I don't know enough about bugs to tell you.
Well, I
Yeah.
would. You probably go into some kind of like
Yeah, probably more
you-
like
your
a
body-
trance kind of thing.
yeah, trance kind of thing, yeah. Which is just sleeping.
Yeah.
I say I
Spicy sleep.
wake up, shine my armor, and
Oh, you shine your armor and get a good rub in it.
yeah, gotta if the spelljammer has to jack in,
You gotta
I
rub
gotta-
one out.
yeah, exactly.
This went from nerdy to us very
Something
quick.
else entirely.
Yeah.
Different kind of nerdy, I guess.
Yeah.
I shine my armor and prepare a few explosives and things to have quickly on hand
On a
if
ship?
needed. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm the weapons guy, and you never know when shit's gonna go awry.
That's
Indeed.
fair.
And that's why they hired me, is because I'm the guy who expects shit to go wrong all the time, and I'm just ready for it. It's, whatever. If it happens, it happens. I have something I can throw at whatever is there. So I'll prep a couple things for the day, and go start my rounds.
That is fair. Sounds good.
I'm going to check on the cargo to make sure nothing's shifted, nothing's gone weird overnight.
Okay.
In fact, I'd like to also set up like some kind of a security monitoring field if possible, so I can see if anything starts moving or comes loose or that sort of deal. Anyone goes in, out, I want to know.
Okay. Sounds good.
I tighten my knees with the little wrench, and I start filing the paperwork for Rolf being killed, and then I file the paperwork of them saying that they will not be responsible. We will not be responsible for any deaths that happen due to this shipment, and then I sit down with 8BL MD and just start like tinkering around with him.
Yeah, sounds good. I want to introduce you to the rest of the ship's crew, as we haven't really met everyone yet. This is Forgiveness, a 157-year-old tiefling with long orange hair. He's the chef on board.
He's like a second dad to me.
This is Elurir. This person's full name is Elurir Larananel.
That's the same image you used for...
You're trying to kill me, Manny. Elurir is second in command to the captain, takes over when the captain is sleeping, and watches the bridge at night as opposing shifts. Saden Cromwell is also on board, also in security, working under Kritak.
My other right-hand man.
And finally, Wooden Paw, a Drokar man, who is just kind of around helping out with odd jobs and stuff, whatever needs doing. So Jacko is prepping some weapons and explosives. Kritak is installing a security system, and Bloomrig is kind of updating 8-Ball and messing with him.
8BL.
8BL, yes. Sorry. Use the colloquial term.
MD. He's a doctor, goddammit.
What's his doctorate in?
Orthopedics.
It's very good.
It's useful on a spaceship.
That's wonderful. Yeah, so you're all diligently hard at work when you hear the alarms go off.
Uh-oh.
Wee woo, wee woo, wee woo.
And you hear a deafening roar, unlike anything you've heard before. You know that this particular alarm means that something has gone wrong on the bridge of the ship.
Uh-oh.
I'm going to immediately dash up there.
Same.
I'm gonna keep working on what I'm doing.
Okay. So, Kritak and Jackal, you arrived to see Captain Harley Woodleaf. The door to the bridge has been closed, and you're coming up from behind it. You can see this inhuman creature with dripping greenish mottled skin and exposed bone, just tearing at the bulletproof glass door to the bridge, just emitting that horrifying roar again. And roll for initiative.
How did this get past Kritak's sensor net?
3.
11.
Jaydee, what'd you get?
I'm downstairs eating peanuts.
Oh, you're not in
and
this. I'm sorry.
have headphones on. I'm literally just like working on 8-Ball, and there's like some kind of fight going on upstairs. I'm completely unaware of it.
Kritak, you're up first.
How far away am I? Like,
You come around the corner of the hallway to the bridge, and it's about a 30-foot hallway. It's kind of a wide hallway. I'd say 8 feet wide, and you're 30 feet down. You see this creature banging at the door of the bridge, and on the other side, you see the captain and the rest of the crew. So Captain Harley, Elurir, and Grill, who is the Spelljammer Kenku woman, all on the other side, looking absolutely terrified and clutching their weapons, ready to fire as soon as it breaks through.
all right. Gonna get to the nearest comm panel.
Captain, what happened? What's going on?
I have no idea, Kritak. What the fuck is this?
I don't know how this made it past my sensors.
And I'm going to run up to the thing, and I'm going to attack it. Go to start the little punch in it. I don't think that's going to do it. That'll be an 8 to hit.
Okay, that does not hit. Next up, it is...
Second attack.
Oh, his second attack's turn.
13 to hit.
That hits.
8 damage.
Okay. Creature's turn. It turns around and gives you takes a slash at you, but it misses. Got a 4, which I'm guessing is not
Oh,
enough
that's definitely not going to
to
hit.
hit a level 6 monk. Next up is Jackal.
All right, I am pulling out the maul and charging toward it. Do I have any idea what this thing is?
Do you want to make a investigation check?
Would that be an action, or can I just do that based on like see?
I'm gonna say you can. Like, I want to roll for it, but it won't take up your action.
Okay, cool.
You just get a quick look at it while Kritak's making his move on it.
That is going to be a 10.
You see a humanoid creature lunge at Kritak.
Okay. Does
is
it look
wearing-
undead?
It looks beyond any horror you have seen. It looks like something that was once human, but has torn open this way, the head, and just teeth within it on either side. On one side of what was a head, you do see an eye patch, or what remains of one.
Okay. Well, I'm charging and I'm dropping the maul down on it. First attack is going to be an 18 to hit.
Oh, that hits.
Okay, and just like when I first drew it to like semi-intimidate Rolf, as both my hands land on the maul, it begins to glow, and as I drop it, a slight orange aura is coming around the entirety of my body as I'm dropping a divine smite into it, because this shit seems unholy. And on top of that, I am dropping a concussive burst into it, so I need it to make a strength save.
Oh. Rolled a 2.
Okay. There's going to be a lot of dice. For the sake of knowing what I'm rolling, is it undead or a fiend?
It is neither.
Okay, so...
It's a space horror.
It's the best word for it, trust me.
Okay, so it's getting hit with 10 bludgeoning damage, 1 fire damage, 2 force damage, and 7 radiant damage.
One more time for Papa.
16 altogether. I just wasn't sure if it had immunity, so I'm specifying. So 16 damage altogether from first attack. And because it failed the strength save, it is knocked back 5 feet by the concussive force.
The alarm is still going off, by the way. Has Bloomrig reacted in any way to this?
Let me do a perception check.
Okay.
Oh, actually, also, I'm sorry. I forgot I have Great Weapon Master. That is 20 damage, not 16.
Okay.
And now I have a second attack.
Oh, god damn it.
Which is dirty 20. This one is not all that shit. I can't do all that shit twice. This
level
one...
6. How are you?
Paladins!
Yeah.
This one's going to be just 12 bludgeoning damage.
Okay. Because I can't do basic math. I'm literally pulling out a calculator for that. Okay. This thing looks bad.
I was going to say, that was 32 damage from that output.
Yeah, it is a mess right now. Like, one of its limbs is hanging by a thread, but still twitching. And it is like reshapen into just like entirely like you broke it in half, and now almost that like new shape it's taken has grown new teeth. There's new opening.
Ooh.
And it's just like twitching against the wall, but still attempting to just kind of shamble towards you.
So I was gonna say the first attack, as like right as the hammer made contact, all that like glowing energy came into an actual explosive burst. So it was literally like a bomb going off as the hammer hit
Oh,
it.
absolutely. And it like destroyed a good chunk of tissue.
Yeah.
And that tissue has now just kind of like repurposed itself. And it's spooky. Back around to crit attack. Oh yeah. Boomer, what do you got?
Which is the end of the? What's the? Who's the last in the lineup?
That was Jackal.
Okay, I show up just as Jackal is there, and I'm
Okay.
just like, "Hey, what's up, guys? What's up? What the fuck is that guy?" fuck? And I just pull out my guns and I'm just gonna like wildly start blasting as
So anyway,
my,
he started blasting.
with my 2 pistols at it, and I'll roll it for attack with disadvantage.
Okay, go for it.
Is it
I'm gonna
bad
say
that
if you
I'm
crit
hoping-
fail, you hit one of your teammates.
I was gonna say, if there's a
Yeah.
nat 1, then yeah.
I rolled a 3 to attack,
Okay, that did not hit anybody.
Okay.
It did whiz right by Jackal's face, though.
and I'm just ready.
Back around to crit attack.
I'm going to punch it with a stunning strike, so burning a key point here.
I really want you to have 4 attacks because you have 4 arms.
I really do as well. Okay, 11 to hit.
That does not hit.
All right, we'll just do a regular attack for the second one. 14 to hit,
Hits.
10 damage.
How do you do this?
Okay, so top right arm misses, bottom left up for a punch, just like straight
Yeah,
up
that
through
last
whatever
punch through just
jaw.
kind of shatters the remains of the structure of whatever's holding this thing together, and it keels over, twitching, but no longer a threat. And it slowly stops moving.
Gonna open up the bridge and immediately go to my sensor station.
Was that? Are there more?
I have no idea. It just appeared out of nowhere. What the fuck was that?
Computer, are there any more life forms not of this crew on board?
Scanning. Crew manifest. Confirmed. Only crew are aboard.
When did this get on board? The thing we just killed.
It runs some calculations. It's processing a long time.
I like whack the screen a couple times for custom maintenance.
You see on screen an image, a hologram of the security feed from the fight you were just having a moment ago. First detected on board 39 years ago. Subject name, Gavin Ashglade.
What?
All right, I'm identifying the body because I'm still right next to
Oh my
it.
god, was that Gavin? The captain shouts.
Is it Gavin? As I poke around the body.
You take a look, and indeed that eye patch is the one you've seen many times before in the storage room. Now that you've had a name to put to what isn't a face, you can tell that is indeed sort of Gavin in front of you.
I would like to do a history check to see if I've heard any tales of all the years that I've been of just some kind of alien creature or something like that gets aboard ships, or
Mhm.
like any kind of, if I've heard any stories about this kind of action happening aboard a ship.
Okay,
I got a nat 20 with a +8.
you did
Yeah.
You don't know anything.
nothing. You got nothing. You've done no.
Yep. You don't even know you're in space.
You have heard tales in the far reaches of the astral plane. Not this specific region of the astral plane, but other far out regions which would track with Dr. Carpenter's collecting habits. You've heard talk of
May I?
yes,
Dr. Carpenter
yes.
and the teeth thing?
Yeah.
We need to be careful, everyone.
Fuck, I think I know what this is.
Among us is someone that does not among the rest of us.
I thought so.
It's actually not.
Are you sure about that?
I thought you got it.
No, Doctor, no, I don't know. I lost my voice. I'm really scared. I don't always talk like that. It's a thing I do because I'm sad. But now I'm just nervous, and I think this thing, it's a thing, you know?
Derek,
It's some kind of thing. And
Some
A
kind of
space thing.
yeah, I heard the story about these guys, and they were isolated, and then, you know, they didn't know what the thing was, and they were just trying to figure it out. And then there was a dog, and we were on the space planet, god damn it. He was the Swedish guy. No.
Like
Could perhaps this thing thrive more on a cold environment?
Yes,
I
you
feel like-
specifically
okay,
know.
I feel like I've seen
Les
this
hasn't seen the
episode of
thing.
the X-Files. Like, I'm pretty sure there's an episode of the X-Files like this.
It's not unlike the Fluke Man in the X-Files.
Okay.
Um,
I want to say there was an episode of Star Trek Enterprise like this too. Come to
I mean,
think
it's
of it.
everything. Everyone's
Yeah.
like off.
Everything old is new.
Yes.
Dr. Carpenter, the fucking god damn it.
I hate how obvious it was now.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Well, it's very obvious in the narrative. We're not going to go into film analysis of the thing.
You know specifically, you've seen, you've heard talk of something called the body taker plant, which in certain species of the body taker plant can spread its own DNA into hosts, which come under its control, and it replaces them entirely, their biology. They are almost indistinguishable from the original, but obviously it can have terrifying biological consequences. The hosts will eventually spawn an entirely new body taker plant when they reach full maturity, and it can spread very quickly. It is a moment of it is a source of horror, something spoken
Something
softly about
spooky.
in dark corners of the astral plane, usually referred to only as the Thing.
Okay, guys, I've calmed down. I'm okay now. And I just want to say that I'm gonna do a quick analysis here, and I pull a 8BL off my belt, and I put it near the floor, and it's going to identify the DNA strains and stuff like that in it. So I could choose one object that I could touch throughout it. You learn its properties and how to use them, whether it requires attunement. You learn whether any spells are affecting the item. The item was created by a spell or something like that. If you instead touch a creature throughout the casting, you learn what spells, if any, currently affect it. But I mean it more in like a medical sense, like a DNA sense.
The body taker plant is such a rare and barely understood species. It's almost a legend within the horticultural community, and certainly within the medical community. It's not something the medical community of the astral plane you've traveled is familiar with. It is a particularly mysterious disease, and it's not something you could detect or sequence immediately.
As I'm going through it, the information that's coming through my glasses is just like so overwhelming. I have to take them off and be like, this is outside of his scope of what he's able to do.
Most of what you actually see is just Gavin's DNA.
Okay.
In fact, it's almost indistinguishable from Gavin's DNA.
Then I go, wait, Bloomrig. I've never seen your eyes before.
I'm actually blind.
Whoa.
The glasses let me see, and my eyes are just white.
Whoa.
Geordie LaForge over here.
Who's that?
Star Trek, Next
Star Trek,
Generation, the
okay.
engineer. Guy
Oh,
with
is that
the-
his
with the
name? Is that his
visor.
name? Yeah.
Okay.
I forgot his name. That's what I was doing.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah.
So in the meantime,
Computer, seal the cargo bay. Nobody in or out without Kretek's approval.
Sealing cargo bay. And you hear in the distance just the sound of huge, enormous pneumatic locks just...
If what I know is like reasonable for us to start working off of, none of us are safe with each other, and so we don't know.
What do you mean none of us are safe with each other? We're safest in groups.
No, this thing will just like take over stuff, and then we won't know who's who. So we should try and stick together, but we don't know who's already been infected or not. You know, we've been on here for about a day or so, and it already made its way all the way from the cargo hold to the deck, and that's pretty much the entirety of the ship. So
God.
any of us could be infected. Plus, we have really good, duct system. So if it's like an airborne thing, then we've probably all already breathed it.
Oh, God.
Yeah, this isn't good, guys. I would have preferred if it was just space madness, but now it's space madness and more.
Biological space madness.
Dear God. Okay. Is there any way to tell who's been infected?
Yeah, when they start eating you, that probably means that they're infected.
I'm gonna say, Bloomrick, you know, judging by the data you collected with 8BL, you know you could probably synthesize a reliable test for the infection, but it'll take a couple days.
So, what I'm thinking right now is that there is a ton of information from this. So, it's all good stuff. It's just overwhelming stuff. So, I think I'll be able to handle it and to take it through. Who was the assistant who just kind of helps with stuff again?
That was
Do the notes.
Wooden Paw. The
Wooden
Trokar.
paw. Oh yeah.
Wooden Paw.
Okay. Poppy.
Yes.
Hey Poppy, I'm gonna need your help with this for a while. You, me, 8
you got it,
Ball,
Bloom Bloom.
Okay, all hands on deck, Poppy. So I think that I don't know. What do you guys think we should do? You guys are security. What should we do about like protecting each other?
Well, at the moment, considering we at least all took part in ending the life of this one, I trust everyone here. I don't think that they would, whatever this is, would be too intent on destroying another of its own kind.
That makes sense. I'm the voice of Woodpaw. I just found it.
Poppy.
Poppy.
Oh no, now it's Dave. As soon as you said Poppy, it was
Yeah.
Dave.
Yeah.
And
So who's dead? Only him, or were there other people inside of the? that
Only
are dead?
Gavin is dead. Everyone inside the bridge was fine. The door to the bridge never got opened. In fact, they
Hey
still haven't
Captain.
opened it.
So I
No, I thought I had
Captain-
opened it to go to.
Oh,
the
you'd
security.
opened it. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
So, Captain, I'm thinking that maybe you should stay with the weapons controls, with the weapons, just in case. I know you're new and all, but like, I think you'll be fine. And this ship's my baby, and yeah, we should definitely. I think you made a good point of all of us staying in groups of 3 or more, but preferably all of us staying together as much as possible. So, if anybody wants to keep watch while we're working, that would be cool too,
I think
Okay.
at the very least, the three of us who took place in slaying this unholy pile should stay together so that we can, if none of the three of us leave each other's sight, then that is our control group for to make sure that none of the three of us at least get infected with this.
And Poppy.
And Poppy.
Yeah, Poppy.
And Grill pipes up from the Spelljammer helm.
Yeah, that sounds like an idea. The captain and Eleanor and I will Elarir. I forgot how to say his name. There's a
So
lot of R's in it. Elarir and
so-
I will all stay here in the bridge.
So, Captain, I also want to mention that maybe this is a bit of a quarantine situation. So, do you want to keep flying to our destination? Because, if we get to a port and this thing spreads, that could be bad. So, what do you think we should do?
We have to deliver on time. I think we need to solve this before we get to port. You said you could have a test in the next couple days, yes?
I
It's still
I could try, yeah.
Okay, it's still a 3-day trip to port, which means as long as we can deal with it before then, we should be fine. And if we can't, and she eyes the under a huge, like, giant locked glass pane, there is a last-ditch self-destruct button aboard the ship.
Yeah, before we all go do what we gotta do, I want to say that I'm really grateful that I got to be on this ship the only time that button has ever been considered to be used, and I'll be happy if I end with us using it here. And I kind of like rubbed the ship for a second, and I said, yeah, that'll be okay. And I start walking towards the med bay.
Yeah, I'd rather not, though. Can you let's get the test. You know.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, good,
Yeah.
good. That's good.
So I'm gonna head back to the med bay.
Okay.
While the the computer is synthesizing everything, I would
Mhm.
like to run some tests. I want to take some samples of the blood
Gavin.
of Gavin and some tissue.
Okay.
So actually, I'm just gonna pull out like a little laser knife and just kind of hack off part of his arm,
Awesome.
and then I put it back in my pocket, and then no, the knife, not his hand. Actually, I hand it
I was just
to.
picturing like walking down the hallway with blood dripping out of your pocket.
I hand it to 8BL, and two little like arms come out and just kind of grip it into place, and then we roll over to the office, and I want to do some tests of if different things affect it, like radiant, like plasma and ice and fire and poison. I want to see if any of those things begin to affect it.
Okay.
Actually,
Yeah.
I don't have those things in my med bay, so I'm gonna add. So
Hey, new guy, can you go get some stuff that we could, burn it and freeze it? I think we should have all types of weapons for that in the storage locker.
Is that Wooden Paw you're talking to, or Jackal?
yeah, to Jackal.
I'm not that new.
Whoever the new guy was.
I've been here for.
I-
I mean,
You say,
you call everyone here new guy,
Compared to
probably.
Bloomberg, you are.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm the
Um,
newest one here at only 4 years.
Yes, I have a good amount of really any of that you could need, especially anything, any fire, any kind of concussive or radiant. I have in droves.
Freezing?
I can develop something like that. Yes, even
Oh,
though
wait.
it's not my
I-
specialty.
I have a thing here I use for warts. We could try that.
There you go.
All right, so I'll come and I have most of my bombs are meant to just be bombs. I do have one like poison gas and one acid bomb or grenade, I should say. But yeah, I am happy to provide any fire or radiant. That's easy.
but we need to test them all to see if it's even worth it.
Okay, well, what do we get from the ones I can immediately offer without having to prepare anything?
Okay. Yeah. You immediately see that fire seems to be the most effective against it, of course.
I drop.
it-
I throw like a match on it, and then the thing just kind of like.
Yeah, just
Up.
goes straight up in flames. It is a plant-based infection, and so it is particularly combustible. You can see the parts that it's not the piece you pulled off. It's not homogeneously kind of decayed. Some parts are more further along than others. It took longer to reach the outer extremities, like the fingers. So those parts were still relatively human, but further up the arm where the infection had really taken root, that burned immediately. The fingers burned closer to pretty much how a normal skin reacts to fire, which is still not great, but
Yeah.
Radiant damage did fine. Freezing did not seem to have much of an effect on it.
Acidic, corrosive damage, and poison gas.
Yeah, acidic acid, affected it the way it affects any organic matter. Poison gas, it's not really alive to react to it in any way, so it didn't do much.
I synthesize it down to like from a gas down to a liquid to see if like more of like a poison dart or something would be.
Okay, yeah. I mean, again, that would induce like some kind of, typically like an anaphylactic reaction or something in a living creature. It doesn't seem to have any effect on the dead tissue.
Cool. So the fire is really what works.
Fire is
best
very
for-
effective.
Okay.
Hey, guys.
Are you three together? Did you split up? What was?
I would have wanted Crytek to stay with us, but I am at least staying with Blumrig.
I'm
I
sticking
keep forgetting
around
you're
too.
wearing the gloves every time you scratch your hand.
Yeah. Did you have all of that stuff on you?
I can just make fire like that. I can like not in
But did you have
great
like the
amounts.
corrosive and all that other stuff?
The gas and acid were grenades I had that we can
Okay,
just
great.
disassemble
Oh, okay,
and use the materials of. But the fire, radiant, I can do just from channeling divinity, and fire and force I can just create.
Okay.
It has been a long day. It was already most of the way through the day when that alarm went off. You'd spent much of the day working on your own individual tasks, and it is probably about time for bed. All go to sleep. Are you going to take shifts? What's the game plan here?
We should sleep within eyesight of each other, so we know that the four of us, are remaining uninfected here. And I'm gonna give grenades to each of. I have 2 grenades that I can give to Kretak and 2 to Blumrig.
Okay.
Yeah, I actually have 2 sleeping pods right here in the office. So how about I'll take first shift with the bug guy, and then Poppy and you guys sleep first, and then we'll switch so we could keep working.
So Bloomrig and Krytak are keeping watch,
Cool.
while Jackal.
Well, the Krytak is watching me while I'm continuing to work on synthesis of the solution.
I see. Okay. And
Yeah.
Jackal and
Poppy
are sleeping
Poppy. Yes.
in the same space.
Yes.
Okay.
No, there's 2. Yeah, there's 2 pods. There's 2 sleeping pods in the medical bay.
Okay. And throughout the ship, everyone kind of sets up the same sort of buddy system of 4 folks watching each other. The bridge crew has their own little arrangement between Elamum and Grill and the captain, as well as Saden
Now-
Cromwell.
Now that you're intentionally butchering his name, I'm just picturing Steve Martin trying to say cheeseburger in the Pink Panther.
Hamburger. Yes. And then Saden Cromwell, who was the orc working security, has taken up the same arrangement in the bridge with the captain and Ellerir and Grill.
So there's 12 people on this ship.
There are 12 people on this ship.
And how many of them are dead?
1. So we're working through the night.
You are working through the night.
Well, it's all night now.
You're working through the sleep time,
Yes.
Yeah.
which you have chosen to call night on a regular basis. I am going to DM each of you something.
Oh, I thought you were gonna DM us like one at a time.
I am going to dungeon master each of you something.
Oh, yeah.
But first, I'm going to direct message you something. You sleep through the night. You awaken. Bloomerig is synthesizing away at a test for the body taker plant DNA. Kritak is keeping watch. And do you switch off during the night, correct?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, probably like halfway. I'll have the computer notify us of any movement outside of the prescribed areas.
Okay.
Like where we know the crew is. Probably have like little monitor set up with a camera feed on the other groups.
Okay. Sounds good. So you have a camera feed on the bridge?
Yeah.
Okay. At the end of Jackal and Wooden Paw's shifts, you neither of you slept very long. You each got maybe 4 hours of sleep throughout the
Is that
shift.
and is that enough for? Are we considering this a long rest or no?
These are strenuous circumstances. You're not getting much sleep. Okay. Short rest.
We don't use these enough. Like we should really.
You're right.
utilize
I don't think we've ever done a
utilize
short rest before.
a lot more. Yeah.
Ever since I started doing clerics and have wizard spells and stuff, I'm always like, can I have a long rest now?
At the end of Jackal and Wooden Paw's shift, you see on the are the camera feeds in the med bay? Do you have them set up in there, Kritak?
Absolutely. Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
Or yeah.
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 there would be like a panel in the med bay that can connect into everything, and especially since we're trying to maintain, I would say that I would have that up.
Okay. Yeah. At the end of Jackal and Wooden Paw's shift, can I get a perception check from Jackal?
Sure. 9.
Okay. Yeah. You get through your shift just fine. Bloomerig and Kritak, you awaken at the end of their shift to start the day.
And Kritak, you see that the camera feed from the bridge has gone dark.
Computer, who modified this camera feed?
Camera feed has not been modified. Camera offline.
Critic to bridge. Is anybody there?
You hear nothing for a second. Finally comes through.
Hello, Kritak. Oh my god, it's horrible. Ellen, I can never say his fucking name. He's dead. He was one of them. Grills and I. Oh god, we got him.
Very good. I'll be up shortly with everybody else. Keep watch. See if you can get the camera reactivated.
You all head up to the bridge?
Yeah,
Together?
we'll head up.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
You get up there, and you cautiously approach the bridge. Lights are down and dim. There's still blood everywhere, as well as what's left of Gavin that Bloomrig didn't take for experimentation.
Nobody cleaned up.
Nope.
Oh no.
Oh,
no. I hope the filtration
up?
system's going.
Can I do a quick perception check on Poppy? What I'm trying to perceive is like, does he seem a little bit different? I don't know. From when I woke up to see if maybe something happened while I was sleeping. Perception would be +3, so actually 17. Would I be able to
Sweet.
notice?
Okay. Nothing looks off about Poppy. He still is his normal goofy self, if very perturbed and stressed out right now. Some of his humor is still coming through in a dark way, but as you approach the bridge, he sees the remains of the Gavin thing.
He's like, huh? Gavin never really did clean up after himself, huh?
Yeah, we'll have to get this cleaned up before we land, or OSHA's gonna be all over us.
Yeah, I think OSHA's the least of our problems right now. Okay, let's
Don't
Turn
worry,
into
there's
ragtag.
paperwork.
Let's try and do like snarf.
As he says that, at least of our problems, I'll just be like, "You've never dealt with OSHA paperwork."
That is like a
Oh.
perfect Nord accent.
Yeah, that really is.
It's a really, really good Skyrim accent.
I'm not bad at it. It's one of the few I'm kind of comfortable.
It's really good.
Skyrim belongs to the Nords.
Let me hear it in Dane's voice.
Skyrim belongs to the Nords.
You
get
can
to
see
it.
in the bridge, you can see the captain and Grill standing cautiously. And in the corner is a bloody mess.
Where are they? Where's all of them? Where's everybody?
They are both in the bridge on the other side of a glass wall.
They're inside, and is the person dead inside of it?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, remember.
I'm gonna head over to like one of the control panels. Is there like a comm in there that I can speak to them through the control panel?
Yeah, absolutely. There's one in
Okay.
the outside hall. They both have their guns at the ready. They're both very shaken. still.
Captain?
Bloomrig, tell me you have good news for me.
Yeah, we're working on it. I'm a little worried right now because I think that there's a leak there might be a leak in your airdrop.
My airdrop on
in
my
your-
iPhone?
On your iPhone. Because the number can I see if the air is doing okay in there, because I'm guessing each section is crossed off.
Yeah, you can. The oxygen meters read out on every intercom just for safety and records. And yeah, the oxygen is fine on both your end and theirs. There's been no breach of hull or anything like that.
Okay, it seems to be okay right now.
Yeah.
So
How'd you all made it through the night?
yeah, we've been okay. We took shifts to keep working on the cure for everything, and it's just really, really hard.
Yeah, so did we, but Grill and I were sleeping. Satan went to the bathroom for a second, and Elirir turned on us. We barely fended him off.
Can I inside check them?
I am also going to.
Okay,
Yeah,
both
that
make
three.
rolls.
13?
Can I roll literally anything higher than a 5 this game?
No.
9.
9 as well.
Okay, what are you looking for, Jack?
I am looking to see if any of them seem like anything is, aside from like being generally worried and shook, to see if anything is off, to see if anyone's being kind of deceptive in any way.
Okay. Can I get a perception check, Jackal?
Ooh, 21.
Okay. Jackal, as you're looking at the captain and Grill, you're looking at them, you're looking around the room, you're looking closely.
You see Ellerir's body in the corner. It's human.
They're acting like shaken, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry, where is Satan?
He's not there.
Computer. Locate Satan Cromwell.
Locating Satan Cromwell. The camera turns to the restrooms down the hall in the other direction from where you came, around the corner, and it just shows his bloody corpse lying in the hallway.
It seems another one has succumbed.
Well, that leaves only a couple.
4 of us. The 2 in there.
I'm doing
Oh,
a
wait,
head
what
count
happened
right
to the
now 'cause
chef?
I'm actually trying to remember who's still on the ship. I'm sorry.
Where did the chef end up?
The chef, I don't think he's in a third group,
Yeah.
Yeah.
because there's
There's
12
three
people on the
groups.
ship.
There's
three
three groups. Each one had 4 people in it.
Yeah. Who else was in the group with the chef?
That would have been Erdal Frostmail.
Okay.
The dwarven woman.
Yes, that's right.
Gavin was the first to go, so this group was short one.
Mm-hmm.
And Dorena Lunadream. Dorena, I don't think I introduced her, mostly because she was supposed to be head of security. And when Kritak took over that, she just kind of slipped through my mind. But
That's fine.
there
We don't
she
need her.
is.
We don't need her. So it's like
Okay.
So
She's,
there's-
she's
but-
also a crew member.
so there's
Okay,
four-
so
four of
there
us,
are
4 of
3
us,
more
and 2
people.
There are 3 more people aboard the ship.
It appears that someone from may be infected and may have gotten Satan as he was coming out here. Would the 2 of you mind coming with us so that we could speak to this third group? The more of us there are, the better.
They very cautiously key in the command to open their gate.
And as they come out, I want to hold my hand out to help them through. And as I make contact with the captain, I'm heating my hand up
Ooh! With fire?
with fire.
Badass. Make an attack?
That's gonna be a 15.
Yeah, that absolutely hits. Roll damage with it's, and it's super effective. Whatever
Okay.
D&D words are for that Pokemon.
2 fire damage, but whatever, if they're
Okay, so
weak to
4
that,
fire
4
damage.
fire damage. Okay.
Immediately, you hear this horrific shriek. Her head, it just split apart right at the seam, straight down the middle of her head, and her arms just extend as one burns, and she's just like waving it in panic, swinging it. And I need initiative from everybody.
Do I have an advantage since I was 100% expecting this?
Yes, absolutely.
I
Okay.
got a 10.
Yeah, you can all get a surprise round on her, and
Which is
on
good because
Grill
one
as
of my
well.
rolls was in that one. So 10 initiative.
I will take out my pistols to shoot at them.
Okay.
It's a ranged attack. Do I have disadvantage?
How close to the door are you standing?
I'm next to the comms panel.
Right. So okay, if you're next to the comms panel, you're a good 8 feet away. So I don't think you have disadvantage.
That's gonna be a 4.
That does not hit.
The mall's coming out. I'm sorry, Captain. I wish it didn't have to be this way. But what you've become, I cannot allow to leave. First attack is a 12 to hit.
It does not hit.
All right. Second attack, much better. 23 to hit.
Oh yeah.
Okay. And once again, I want this thing dead in fire, so I am tossing a divine smite and a concussive burst. So we are getting some damage here. 23 damage, and 4 of it is 23 damage. Oh no, I'm sorry. 27 damage. 4 of it is fire. So 31 damage. This is my big fuck you thing I can do.
Yes.
Yeah,
You did 4
apparently.
damage earlier,
Yeah,
right?
What'd you say?
You did 4 damage earlier, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. This creature recoils and stumbles backwards, and even falls back into the captain's chair and just flails around a bit. It's still alive, but very, very badly burnt.
Yeah, as it just got hit with a fucking bomb in a hammer.
Next up is Grill, the Kenku woman from before. A fun fact: you would know that the person who is currently spelljamming can sort of scry throughout the ship and see what's going on, which means that A, she was likely assimilated very early on, and B,
one of these things has had its eye on you this whole time, basically. She gives like a just a haunting, like creepy squawk that just does not sound like her usual voice in any way, and whips one arm towards you. As she whips it, it reforms into like a spined tendril, and it swings straight at Jackal. Does a 12 hit?
No.
Okay.
Rip.
That misses. She turns and gives just a howl, and with that howl, you see this pollen shoot forth from her face, and not just from her mouth, but just like every orifice in her face, and almost new just pores opening up and throwing this forward. Can I get a con save from Jackal?
19.
You manage to catch your breath and not breathe in any of these spores, and cover your eyes and manage to avoid the damage from them. So you're going to take just 1 damage. Next up is Kritak.
All right, I'm gonna go up to Captain. Still alive, you said, right?
Barely, but yes.
Okay, I'm gonna go up with Captain, and we'll go with the first punch, right hook. So close to a natural 20. That'll be a 27 to hit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. God. Ooh, max damage 11.
There you go.
All right, so right hook, whack with the upper right. Second attack will be
Second
from the-
attack. I mean, your first punch literally knocked her block off.
Oh,
Head
okay.
goes flying and just splatters against the windshield.
Okay, so then I'll go back to the other one. Am I flanking the other one now?
Given the geometrics of the room, yes, absolutely.
23 to hit.
Absolutely. I love that you made a character who's so good at punching that you gave them 4 arms.
Yes, and still only get 2 attacks each.
But they're 2 really good ones.
Yes. Yeah.
I choose to believe they're both like double uppercuts.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Wonk. And then
All right. That'll be 7 damage
on grills.
Alright.
Okay. Grill. Her name is Grill, not Grills.
Grill. Don't wanna
She
break
has
it.
grills, but that's unrelated.
Does a 9 hit?
Does not.
So I just go and I just start like blasting. I'm just like there's just so much going on. I'm just kind of blasting
Yeah, you fire some shots off.
like this.
They kind of like
Yeah.
this, like this. Woo! They one manages to like graze Grill a little bit, but doesn't seem to have any effect.
Wait.
Background-
Would that count as flanking with me, Nick?
Oh yeah, you are flanked. Yeah, because Kritak's on the other side.
Yeah.
You want to take advantage on that?
Oh, this is so better. It was a 6.
There you go. At the last moment, you lock eyes with Kritak, and you're like, yeah, and you take a shot, and it just goes nowhere. Up to Jackal.
Just taking a regular swing this time.
I have a question. Do we know if if they'll still keep flying without her?
It will, like, by the laws of like
And our
fantasy
it's just gonna
Newtonian
keep going?
physics, it'll continue in the direction it was going, which is headed for that galaxy.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of natural drag from like very small space dust and stuff, but generally speaking, you're still headed in that direction.
I have that. We have the momentum. We just
Yeah.
can't change.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's rocket physics,
Space physics.
space physics.
Just like
physics.
like a slingshot, and then it's
Yes.
just kind of like guiding it. Got it. Cool.
Exactly.
Cool. All right. Cool. Perfect. All right. Let's end her.
Does a 16 hit?
Yes.
Okay.
Roll for like 50 damage.
And then Kritak gets 6 more punches.
14 damage. Next one. 23.
It's a hit? Yeah, absolutely.
Yes. 13 damage.
Okay, how do you do this?
I like to think that because I'm flanking with Kritak, his double uppercuts
Sure.
sent her into me, and basically it was a batter up.
Oh yeah.
There you go. That's it. You have slain both of the creatures here, and
Hey, guys. So like,
I don't know why I played more fight music. I'm sorry.
if
Yeah.
she was turned, I'm worried about the med bay right now. Let's go check it out.
Agreed.
You're heading in the direction of the med bay.
Mm-hmm. Do we have to pass by that body on the way there?
It's down a different hallway.
Okay.
Also,
so
wooden paw has just been kind of standing behind you this whole time, like,
oh God! Oh no! I'm gonna put my hand on Poppy's shoulder and say,
Hey, Poppy. So I
Yeah?
know that there's a lot of blood right here,
Yep.
but I'm gonna need you to take care of the ship. Like, you need to keep flying it.
Oh, I've never attuned to the spelljammer before.
It's just like the simulations.
Okay.
He like very cautiously steps into the bridge, stepping over like dead bodies.
Just like, no.
Takes a tissue out of his pocket, like wipes a bunch of goo off the spelljammer helm.
Oh, there's just like
Getting in
brains
his
on
fur
it.
as he sits down.
Oh,
And then he closes his eyes and starts to focus and attune to the ship.
Don't worry, you'll be safe.
You're
in
locked
here.
me in here, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
And the door closes, and I lock the door. It's gonna be okay. All right. Just make sure we stay level.
Okay.
Ready, everybody?
Let's go.
I put my guns away, and I pull out the antimatter rifle from my leg, and I do like a.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I take my maul and just go.
Even though it's an antimatter, it's an energy weapon.
Yeah.
There's no chance you need to
Yeah.
I gotta
rat it or
pump it.
whatever.
I gotta pump it to turn it on for the next
There you
shot.
go. It's
I
pneumatic.
gotta pump
Good.
it.
yeah.
It's like a Nerf gun.
What are you fisting the air? What is this?
That worked better in my head.
Krytak's
No,
doing
no, you're supposed to
Henry
do the Mission
Cavill from
Impossible.
Mission Impossible.
Yeah. Coxed fists.
Yep.
So you head towards the
Med
med bay.
Yeah.
As you make your way through the now beginning to be derelict ship, some lights are out as systems are kind of rerouted to maintain power. And the closer you get to the med bay, you smell like an electrical fire situation. That kind of like
that fishy
specific. Yeah. Exactly. Like
Yeah.
burning wires and rubber.
Yeah.
and metal and all of that. And as you approach the med bay, you can see it is indeed on fire. Systems don't seem to have like the fire detection systems, the alarms and stuff. None of those went off in the process.
I want to hit the comms, the closest control panel, and just turn the I'm guessing there's some kind of like cryo cooling system.
Yeah. So there's a there's what would be like the equivalent of like sprinkler system, but it just disperses kind of a like a cooling gas, like a liquid nitrogen situation.
Liquid nitrogen, that's
Whoa.
it.
Yeah.
Hope
Well,
there's
not
nobody in there. I'm
specifically.
gonna say, yeah.
I was
Not
gonna say, I
specifically
am
that, because that's
backing
probably
the
not
fuck
good
up.
for you to
Yeah.
be around. But it's like fantasy liquid nitrogen that doesn't
Yeah,
hurt
yeah.
people. You know what I mean?
It's
So, I
scientifically
wanna-
modified.
Yes.
I want to say that the door is like a glass door, like a sliding glass door.
Mm-hmm.
And I just pound on the door and say, no. It's like a Darth Vader, no, obviously.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I know.
Yeah, okay, good.
Yep.
I was trying to remember if there was one of those in the thing, but I figured it had to be.
Yeah,
Darth
yeah, I know.
Vader.
We're in space, right?
Yeah.
What,
Yes,
was
you
what
got
you
it.
do?
You got it. The computer that was running the test, the research systems, is completely burned out and will not even respond.
This happened while we were dealing with them up in the bridge, which means the third group has been compromised.
I don't have any faith left. I say we deal with them, and then we hit the button.
In this line of work, death is an inevitability. If I die fighting these things, it is honorable, and I will see Azrael on the other side with pride.
The weak die. The strong survive. We are strong. We've made it this far.
Kritak with the cold one-liners. I love it.
I'm gonna key up the bridge for what's his face, whose name I can't remember.
Poppy.
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 Poppy, if you don't hear from us within 30 minutes, destroy the ship.
Oh, the big red button.
Yes.
Oh, jeez. I don't know if I can do that.
Hey, Poppy, you can do this. All right, you've got this.
Okay.
Also, do you computer? Any idea where the last two are? We don't have to figure that
There's
out.
three
Yeah.
people that you haven't accounted for yet. Erdal, who is the dwarf woman, Forgiveness, who is the tiefling, and Durana Luna Dream, who is the human I forgot to include at the beginning.
What room are they in?
You haven't seen them. You can assume they are in. There's 2 wings of sleeping quarters. You're all in one, and they are presumably in the other.
So I guess to the sleeping quarters we go.
Let's end this.
Yeah, you make your way across the main deck of the ship.
I have an idea. We could just open the vents on them and cut the oxygen.
Oh no, that's really good.
That is good.
Can they survive without oxygen?
Crosses out third encounter.
I'm sorry. I want to go to a party in a little
No,
while.
no,
I
you're
don't
good,
wanna
you're
get
good.
into
Do it,
another
do
fight.
I don't see why not. They still have to breathe, regardless of the bodies will not be able to breathe in the vacuum of space.
If it is a possibility that easy, then
We have to do it from the control panel at the door.
all right.
You know, I did this to a beholder one time.
Oh no.
How we're doing it was actually in the cargo hold. We suffocated it and then opened the door, and it got sucked out into space. We won't be seeing him again.
You hear from over the intercom from the bridge. You should have seen the look on his face. He was like, you can't see it, but I just opened my eyes really wide. And you make your way to the entryway to those dormitories.
I'm gonna grab the control panel and I'm gonna input it, and then start going through some code and figuring it out and be like,
You see a human woman with long black hair on the other side of the glass. Notice you. Go, Bloomrig? Oh my God, Bloomrig, you're okay. Oh, we've seen what happened on the security cameras out there. I can't believe what's going on. Are you all right? We need your
we're-
help.
Yeah, we're fine, and we really don't appreciate what you did in the med bay.
What do you mean? What we did in the med bay?
Okay. What we did in the med bay.
Med bay went dark hours ago.
I wonder why.
What are you doing?
I just hit the button.
Oh, yeah. You hit the button, and you've as a senior officer aboard, you have access to the emergency systems, which include the venting system, which is you've overridden the HVAC area in the space, opened up the vents, air drains out of the room, depressurizes, and the differential actually just smashes the windows entirely, and you see as Erdl, Forgiveness, and Durana are sucked out into space.
Do any of them go all like teethy as they get sucked out?
No.
I'm glad that we've had that sorted out.
I ignite my hand on Blumrig.
All right, what am I supposed to do? Are you good, buddy?
No, I put my hand on your shoulder and light up.
Okay, yeah, make an attack roll.
14.
That does not hit. Can I react to this?
You can make a reaction if you have a reaction action available.
I have a reaction. Since he's right on top of me, I want my antimatter rifle to be between my arm and like this,
Okay.
and blast right at him.
Oh.
At close range.
Okay, you do have disadvantage because it's a
Sure.
close range shot.
21.
Ooh, that does hit.
Yeah. That was with disadvantage?
Yeah.
Sheesh.
Ow!
32 radiant damage.
Whoa!
Oof. I am immune to fire, not radiant.
No, it's not fire damage. It's radiant damage.
Shit.
Oh God.
I literally just blasted him right in the fucking stomach. May I do a little flavor thing, please?
Absolutely.
So as he does this, I put the thing there.
Wait, that was a disadvantage?
Yeah.
Fuck.
I put it there. I blast him, and he just flies across the fucking hallway. I just think it'd be like it's like in a cartoon when someone like a Tarantino movie when they get shot with a shotgun.
Wind super knocked out of me. I was just checking.
Let's get initiative.
Because if I didn't get the attack in, then I don't actually know for sure if he's one of them or if he thinks I'm one of them.
That's a good question.
Yeah.
It's only a 9 on initiative. Not my strong suit.
I'm looking for my dice again.
And my initiative is 21.
11.
Damn. Kritak, you're up twice, I think.
All right, I'm gonna go up to Jackal,
You chose poorly.
and I'm going to attack Jackal. That'll be an 18 to hit.
Nope.
All right, second attack, definitely not gonna hit. Key point, flurry of blows at 19 to hit.
19's gonna hit.
All right, 9 damage.
All right.
And second part of Fury of Blows, 27 to hit.
Oh, that's gonna hit. Yep.
7 damage.
Now I'm looking not so great.
I look at Jackal and pointing my gun at him, I say, "It was us all along," and my head just splits open, and I'm gonna do life drain on him.
Yes.
You'll love to see it.
So life drain. We need a con save from
There we
Jackal.
Okay. 21.
I guess that beats it.
Yeah, that'll be.
Half as much, so 2d6.
You want to flavor how that happens?
As my head splits up, I go in and I just kind of like try to like grab in on him to kind of like try and eat him whole, but he's able to like kind of scamper out of the way, and I just get part of his arm, and he just feels like this like poison like go into him and then like drain out of it. Feel like this like he feels the blood being drained out of his body.
Jackal, you are up.
All right. I'm gonna like stand myself back up using my hammer. Look at the two of them, slam the comm system, and go. And then I'm gonna just, if I have to die killing you, I will face Azrael with honor. And I'm gonna concussive burst both of you. So I need 2 strength saves from both of you. I'm dropping an extra spell slot for extra dice damage on this.
That's gonna be a 14 from me.
10.
Get fucked, both of you. Now let's see a paladin who expended more spell slots. You unholy fucks.
We went from holy men to unholy plants.
Yeah.
There's another. Okay, let's see. Both of you take 45. And are blasted back 5 feet.
I am dead.
Wow.
I'm dead. How do you do 45 points of damage?
What did you just do?
By doing a higher level divine smite blended with a concussive burst that, because you're both right on top of me, you are both in range for, and the fact that it's a fucking maul attack.
Damn.
Boom dragon.
Is any of that fire damage?
I included the doubled fire damage.
Okay. Can you give it to me without the fire damage, actually? Because these two, being higher level characters, are actually only 1.5 susceptible to it.
Okay, so shortening that down would put it to 41 damage instead of 45 as the 1.5.
I'm still dead.
I'm still stunned.
All right, if you're stunned, I'm finishing the fucking job. I can't do that again, so regular attack now. That is a 17 to hit you.
That'll miss. Wait, hold on.
Runks.
I'm stunned. You'd have advantage, wouldn't you?
Okay.
Okay. Not better.
Back to Krita.
I'm fucked up, and I just go for the hit, and it just stunned, but still able to kind of reflexively dodge out of the way a bit.
Over the intercom, you hear,
I tried to push the button. I worked up over my fear of death and I pressed it, but it didn't do anything. I had an existential crisis for nothing.
Well, I'm gonna head over to like one of the control panels. Is there like a comm in there that I can speak to them through the control panel?
Well then, I better end this here, you motherfucker.
My entire face splits open as a vine tongue whip thing comes out and hits you, and I'm gonna need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Keep doing ones I'm fucking good at. 22.
So 13 divided by 2 is what, 6 that I'm taking from you? Okay.
I am still standing. Fucking barely. I have
Okay.
3 health left.
For my bonus action, I will use Chameleon Carapace, and I can stealth, which I believe gives me advantage on stealth because I can match the color of the walls, and that will be 21 stealth.
Yeah.
Okay.
Disappear.
Gonna say,
Jackal, make a perception check
Yeah.
to see if you can see him.
yeah, I want this a contested roll.
All right. Only 14.
Gone.
All right. Well, you can't see me. You don't know where I am.
And Jackal, it is your turn.
All right. Azrael, I have faith in you, and if it's not enough, I'll see you soon. Disadvantage attack is a 19 to hit.
Does that hit, Kritak?
That'll hit.
Okay, what are you attacking with, Jackal?
Just my maul. I have nothing. No, it's the next turn. I can expend another spell slot. I have one spell slot left. It's a regular smite. I can't do another high level one, but shit.
Please do I have something.
Great
Please
weapon
do I
master.
have something.
And wait, fucking smite. Holy shit!
Oh, boy.
Max damage on the smite, not on the maul hit. Close
Dear
to max
God.
damage on the maul hit. We're looking at 22 damage.
Okay. Kritak, how's that?
I'm not dead yet.
Wow.
Fuck!
Okay,
How much do you have?
Jackal, you swing your this is with your maul, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You swing your maul just wildly at anything you can, and on the backswing, you actually hear a satisfying crunch directly behind you as you make contact with Kritak's head.
I have a second attack. Great weapon master. 14 damage is the last attack I think I got on you.
Describe your kill.
Hey!
After the back blow and I see where you are, I just turn around and go, it's never too late to have some faith. Boom!
There it is. Yeah. You take one more swing and just completely just shred the entire like front chunk of Kritak away. And his hollow carapace falls to the floor. And you stand in the hall with the corpses of Bloomrig and Kritak on a empty ship, aside from you and Poppy.
I am going to crawl my way back to the bridge, bloodied and fucked up as hell. And then I'm going to sit in the captain's chair right across from him with my maul next to me.
How'd it go out there, bud?
1 second. I'm going to make my way over to him. I'm going to put my hand on his shoulder. And I'm going to heat my hand up.
That's kind of warm.
Oh, thank God.
I didn't know you
And
could do that. That would have been handy on that ice planet. You know, they make those things you can put in your mittens, but you just got them.
The door slams shut behind in the cockpit.
Oh, God, what now?
And all you hear is, ha ha ha, you didn't say the magic word. Ha ha ha, you didn't say the magic word. Ha ha ha. You get a reading that there's something going off back by where you just were. And eight ball is rolling over to my dead body and then injecting me. And then I look at the camera and then I hit the button on the comms panel. And the emergency trap underneath opens up, pulling you and
Poppy.
out into space.
Game over.
All right.
That was all. That was
Hey.
all
So good.
stuff JD communicated to me throughout with
How
the
good
setups.
was that? Yeah.
And
And like we established early in the game that 8-Ball existed,
yes,
and you never once
That's
checked
fair.
for him.
You did. I specifically also didn't use a single usage of 8-Ball
Mhm.
the entire time. Once we turned, 8-Ball disappeared, and I was
Yep.
only using my gun.
Yep.
When did you turn?
So okay, so real quick recap.
Let's run over the
Uh,
whole sequence of
So
events here.
yeah,
Yep.
because I know JD's got to go. But
Yeah.
so we had the opening, the thing, that whole thing, obviously, ice planet. It came on board. It was the plant I don't know if that came across. It was the giant plant
Yeah.
that I
Okay.
mentioned very briefly, and which is also still on the ship, and nobody thought to like look for the source of it. So that's a concern
Kretak locked
as
the whole
well.
thing down.
What?
No one in or out without Kretak's permission.
That's true. So that's still locked perfectly in there. Yeah. The first person to turn was Gavin.
Because he was going through the ship's inventory.
Yeah, because he was the one logging all of that stuff. So during that first night, he was taken and replaced. He infected. He made it to the bridge and infected Grill surreptitiously before turning and getting fought off by the captain and Grill and Limerick. At night, the very first night, when Gavin infected Grill, he also infected Kritak was the first to go.
Oh,
because
you got caught the first
yeah.
night?
Yes.
Well, so
which is why when
you remember
Gloomrig
when I
and
was you
Kritak
remember
took
when
the
I was
first-
alone with Kretak or with Gavin? Checking
Oh
out
yeah.
when setting up,
Yeah.
And then you got me while we were sleeping.
while you were both
the
keeping
two of us
watch.
were-
Yeah.
Yeah.
while we were
Okay.
in the med bay. Yeah.
And so they've been turned since the night you swap shifts.
Shit.
And we had explicit instructions to not
And I'm not
react
even
on
gonna.
stream or mention anything. Yeah.
Yeah, and I
So-
was missing my shots on purpose when we got into the fight.
Mhm.
All the things would miss shots on purpose towards each other. Although Kritak didn't pull punches.
Oh no, not even slightly.
Um,
Which I think made it so much more real. I'm really glad you did
Yeah.
that.
yes.
Yeah.
And my whole thing of like, I can test it. I can do like the fucking wire test they do in the thing, but just by touching people. I do have low intelligence. But
Yeah.
my not like horrendously low, but my intelligence is a 9. So like, Jackal's like a kind of a dumb sweetheart. Who's brave as hell. Who, if he did think to do that, he would not necessarily think to do that on everyone, just the people he's
Right.
most suspecting in the moment.
Immediately. Yeah.
So
That's
I'm
the thing.
not
I
even
was
mad.
so worried you were all going to come up with just a foolproof way to test everyone right away.
No,
And
I
was
didn't
like,
want to do that at all. I thought that would ruin
Yeah.
the whole game.
Yes, I'm so glad
Yeah,
you
yeah.
didn't.
Reverse
So first off-
metagaming.
So first off, the first thing I did was when you said the 2 questions, I was just like, all right, I asked the first one. You didn't get much from it. I'm going to fuck up the second one. And then
That's good.
when it came down to like doing the test, I was doing it for RP, but not to actually, just to lead to me being like, we
That's
got to
good.
go back to the med bay.
Yeah,
So,
perfect.
and then once we were there, I wanted to infect the people in the thing. That's why I thought you guys were still sleeping. I didn't realize you were still up. When I was like, oh, we'll just leave them sleeping and we'll like lock the door or whatever.
Mhm.
Oh, and go get the people in the bridge.
That
Yeah.
was my intention. Yeah, to go get them in the bridge.
I was also kind of always managing like who was infected and who wasn't infected was usually kind of a factor of wherever you were at any given point. Like when you got to the bridge, I wanted to try to keep it balanced until the end. So when you got to the bridge, only Bloomberg and Kritak were infected. So it's like there's a lot of humans, there's almost no infected. If this is going to be the showdown, the infected have no chance. So I'm going to make both the people in the bridge infected. Also,
great
the
idea.
twist of that corpse is still human was great.
Oh,
That came to me in the moment.
The silence on that was like,
I had fun with that.
Yeah,
I was like,
that was
as
great.
soon as I saw that, I was
So
like,
good.
I have to burn one of them. I have
Yeah.
to see.
And then the again managing those numbers of just like calculating out like, okay, if they're gonna go see the other people in the bridge, how many humans we got, how many infested do we have? And then Jaydee said, I want to vent the humans.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I wanted to vent the humans, right? And I was also constantly telling Dean that I was every time I went to a console, I fucked something else up. So
Yes,
the first
yeah.
thing I did was when we went to the thing, I burned down the med bay.
Yeah, when
Then-
you were talking to the captain at the bridge,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Bloomberg
when
was
I was
burning down the med
and
bay.
then when I was turning on the cryo stuff, I was shutting down the button. So I was
Yeah,
sending
deactivating
him.
the
I was
self-destruct.
sending him to make it seem like I was still part of it, because that's the whole thing about the thing, right? It's
Yeah.
everyone is.
Yep.
I was constantly sabotaging everything.
Yes,
Super good.
Then-
playing the villain is so much fun.
It's very
And-
fun.
And then when they asked me like, "What are you doing?" I was just like, "This is where we're gonna fight." Like I just accepted this was where we're gonna
Yeah.
fight, and I just hit the button. Like I didn't want to.
That was it.
I couldn't do it anymore. We fought, and I had already told Dean that 8-Ball has the disease and is in hiding while this all happens as a safety precaution. And I messaged Wes and I was like, just die. It's gonna be great, trust me. And so when you killed him, I wanted you to feel like you had won. It was over. You fucking did it. And then you get to the door and it fucking locked, and I was just like, it's over for you, bro. It's over.
Yeah.
Also, I told Dean that I changed the security code for everything. So even if you did kill him, you would still have had to get through a new code to get it out.
Mhm.
Lots
So
of
I was out, and I
some
felt
real.
it made sense for my character because I've been on that ship for 37
Yeah.
years.
Been there
I
forever.
know
You're
everything
brilliant.
about
You know
that.
everything.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You're the single most dangerous person to get turned on there.
Yep.
Yeah.
I was very distraught when oh, by the way, like who became the thing was 1,000% decided by rolls, like 100%.
And so
I had
I
to roll
rolled
the
a
first night.
natural
Kritak
one.
rolled a natural 1.
Yeah.
The first night, so done.
So okay, all the rolls I did tonight, I had 2 rolls above 10.
Oh my god.
Damn.
All
All
right.
right.
So I DM Wes,
everything else
and I'm
was
like,
2 to 6.
we're doing the thing. You're the thing. And he's like, what's the thing? I'm
Yeah.
like, no.
The one person who has no idea what's happening.
Yes. And then
So
as
I'm-
soon
I
as
was sitting
Bloom
there
returned,
Googling
I had
this,
them
like,
both in a group chat.
mid-session.
So
Yeah.
we've
Yeah,
had a
yeah,
group
yeah.
DM going
Mhm.
this
Yeah.
whole time.
Yeah.
Did you have any idea?
No.
Oh,
Good.
amazing.
I can't wait to
You
watch
did a
this
job.
back. I'm gonna
I-
edit it.
This is
I
gonna be
started to
up
have an
Halloween.
idea when you were talking to the human, and it's like, obviously there's been enough setup for the human to just be lying, but when she says the med bay went dark hours ago, and I was like, the security cam was off in there before we left the med bay. Like I was just like, and I was about to be like, they can have one chance at survival if they're willing to let me burn them, but then you just hit the button.
Yep.
And
Yep.
when you hit the button, I was like, no, I made a mistake. I should have stopped that.
I
And
wanted to make
that
it
was when I knew.
Did you
I-
expect me as well?
No.
He did a great job. He did a great
Yeah.
job.
Everyone was great.
Yeah.
Everyone was fantastic.
This was a great game.
Good.
I'm
Yeah,
so
I'm
happy.
so
honestly,
not mad
I think this
at
was
the
one
fact
of our
that I
best games.
died. Like,
Yeah.
I'm
Good.
so
That
not
was-
mad at that. That was
so much
that was
fun.
great.
We just like made a good movie, I feel
Yeah,
like.
we
Uh-huh.
did.
Yeah.
We made the
We
thing.
did.
Anyway,
We made good content.
For the YouTube video,
Yes.
while we're talking, can you screenshot the
Discord.
text,
Yeah.
Discord text
oh,
before?
I'm gonna.
Ooh.
Don't
Okay.
worry. Oh,
Well,
don't.
yeah.
I
Yeah.
already way ahead of you. I
Okay,
got you.
great. All right. All right,
Same
I
page,
gotta
same
go,
page.
guys.
Okay. Good night, JD. Good night,
night.
everyone. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful week, and we'll see you next week for Holy Men.
Next
Are
week
y'all
for
up?
Holy Man.
Yep. I will be
Next
on
week,
location
these 3
for
folks
that.
will be playing their new campaign, Holy Men,
Yeah.
and I'll be playing at a restaurant somewhere or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Have a wonderful week. We'll see you next time. and
Bye.
happy
Happy
Halloween. Bye-bye.
Spooktober.